uncloaked version.
Yes.
And we have, spawning at the bottom right side, the one, the only, from Team StarTale, we have Aphrodite, winner of the Zoe Divina tournament, taking the first place alongside with the huge prize money. And at the upper left side, we have SlayerS.Eve, our newcomer to the Korean, tournament scene, let's say. And yeah, she's spawning as Red Terran at the upper left side. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm so pumped for this. This is going to be amazing. You guys should all vote for who's going to win at SlayerS.Tv/vote. You can easily show who you want to win like that. Right now, we see Aphrodite is being the fan favorite at the moment at almost 60%. That's a pretty commanding lead for who people think is going to win, because she's got a Slayers opponent. We have Slayers versus StarTale. Korean pro gaming females are duking it out, and oh, look at the build order choice of Aphrodite, and they're both going refinery first.
That's actually so funny. I guess they're both planning to go for some kind of maybe Hellion opening. That's what I would guess, or maybe Banshee opening.
Yeah, whatever it's going to be, it's faster.
Uncloaked Banshee. I would think Uncloaked Banshee. That's my guess for today. I know Aphrodite loves to go for early Banshees.
Alright. If we have Cloaked Banshee versus Cloaked Banshee, I'm going to laugh. If we have Cloaked Banshee versus non-Cloaked Banshee, I'm going to be scared for the non-Cloaked Banshee.
I'm thinking Uncloaked Banshee, but that's just like my instinct of the day. Like, that's my random pick of the day. But it whatever. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll definitely be finding out soon. Because TVT, guys, can be incredibly interesting, because pretty much you can make almost anything work. That's what's so cool about TVT, is if you can basically take a weird composition of even Hellion Reaper. I've even seen Hellion Reaper, and I've seen it work. You harass in the early game with Hellions in the front, Reapers in the back, and you send them in at the same time. You can decimate mineral lines. They go in and handle the Reapers, the Hellions go into the natural and kill off the mineral line there. It's fascinating what can work in TVT.
Yeah, well, they could still go for Reaper, for Hellions at this point, but so we see Eve is deciding to go for Hellions. So she's going Reactor Hellions, but I'm thinking Aphrodite is gonna go for the starport. I think. We'll see. She has a tech lab.
She may be going for Blue Flame Hellions.
What is she going for? I don't think she could be going for fast siege tanks. That would be so unusual. Here you go.
Oh, okay.
I was like, rush into fast siege mode? That's like really weird.
I thought it was gonna be Blue Flame Hellions with the way that was looking around.
Yeah.
But it looks like Aphrodite doesn't worry about having the idle tech lab for a little while. She's going to get out some Marines a little later on, try and get the faster units out, but it looks like we are going to see her going for it without the cloak, as there is no second gas.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that she would go for, and I like that choice. I've seen her make it work really well in the past. It's like surprisingly effective. She has like really good control of her bench. She makes the most out of it, and I've seen her harass with it and keep it for later, and it was like really dramatically impacting the game, because she has this one Banshee to push back siege tanks, etc. So that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, Banshees are a much more inexpensive and faster way of performing a role that BCs can really play in the later part of the game in disrupting the siege tank lines, forcing the unsieges, giving yourself your positional advantage. Nukes can even actually serve to the same purpose, where you have to move out or you're going to be guaranteed to lose every single one of your tanks.
Exactly. You expressed the idea I was trying to transmit really well.
Alright, so now we do see that Eve's got a very nice choice of unit to get with the starport first. The Viking is going to be pivotal in pushing back this Banshee. I mean, because we've seen that the actually a Viking's even coming out now for Aphrodite. So this is really, really intriguing, to say the least. Because the Banshee's not exactly harassing, it's with the army. It could just be included in a frontal poke.
It could. And it's actually a very decent... Banshees are kind of underused in that kind of setup. It's a weird like 1-1-1 build, but with a Banshee. It's special.
It really is. I mean, they add so much DPS, and you have so much support that can function as tanks when you have all these on the ground just absorbing fire from everything else. The issue is going to be the Vikings. If the Banshee can pull back the Vikings so they can die before they accomplish much, that'll be big. But now we're going to watch these Hellions pushing forward, and they're going to immediately take a lot of losses.
Yeah, that's actually very good for Aphrodite so far. I don't know, is Eve overextending? She already lost a little bit of Hellions, and here you go, Aphrodite moving out, taking it down a couple Marines. It's actually really big because she wants those Marines down so that the Banshees can reign supreme.
Oh, that is so true. And the Viking counts, we see it's even, and Aphrodite has done damage, almost killing this one Viking, and that's going to be a really bad loss for Eve.
Yeah, and Aphrodite is actually committing to this while Eve is trying to expand, but now Aphrodite is putting on a lot of pressure on Eve, and Eve, good choice of repairing the Viking. She really does need those, and Aphrodite needs to keep those Banshees alive. It's like so crucial right now.
Yep. And we do see the Banshee just taking a couple shots, but it's still very much alive. Marines would help add DPS, but we could have splash damage from the Hellions going off against each other. I can't really tell who's the positional advantage, but right now Aphrodite is about to lose that Banshee.
What is worrying me is, like, why is there Marines standing right there? She had Marines all along, but she didn't use them.
That's really odd, but she's going to be able to shut down this expansion. She just moves forward. Oh no, the command center is now done. It can be lifted off easily. It can be defended just like that. Right now it'll function as a little bit of a tank. The things are looking to be looking good right now.
Yeah, it's looking good for Eve. I'm really surprised why Aphrodite didn't use her Marines at the previous engagement, but now she's moving forward with a siege tank. She doesn't have siege tech, however.
But this Orbital Command is now being a little bit vulnerable. Looks like it will be able to be lifted off once it finishes, and Eve may still lose it though. Oh, the greenness may really backfire. We have SUVs here waiting to repair it. The Marines aren't targeting down the Orbital Command. They're instead going after the units. Vikings flanking from Eve. Eve is going to be able to save this command center.
Yeah, wow. I'm really surprised. I don't know what to say about this. I was hoping Aphrodite would successfully take down the command center, but yeah, still looking pretty good for Eve.
Well, Aphrodite is really trying to get an entrenched position and keeping Eve on one base. We've got a bunker now being made on that low ground.
But she's still not. She just started researching siege tank, which is a little bit odd, especially since she has vision of the high ground. I don't know if it was meant to be, or if it's like maybe she just forgot it. Because if she had siege mode right now, this would be really epic. But maybe she didn't have like the money to do it at the point or something like that. Maybe it's a planned in her build. I have no idea.
The factory's gonna fall. Oh, that's a really key pickoff for Aphrodite. Now we can see how this Banshee of Eve is looking to be quite vulnerable, but it is moving away, and it looks like we're going to see the return of these Vikings. They could actually go into the mineral line right now and do damage, as all units are down here for Eve.
And siege mode is gonna finish pretty soon, so this is gonna actually be really dangerous for Eve. Aphrodite is gonna be able to start picking off stuff with her siege tanks. She's moving forward with her bunkers. I love that style. I've seen it done quite a bit, but if oh my god, siege tanks, siege mode is finished. This is gonna be really painful.
Oh yeah, now we see the ranged attacks going down there. This Marauder is so close to being dead right now. And notice how these Vikings are sitting here, and literally Eve cannot build anything on your starport. It's guaranteed to die the second it pops out. So there's no way to really make use of this. And Aphrodite is just slow pushing inside the main base, getting completely entrenched into a horrible spot for Eve to deal with.
Oh yeah, Eve must feel so bad right now. This is like the worst thing. When a siege tank is like pounding at your door, and you're like trying to move away, but you're running out of place in your base, and you're like, you have units, but you can't go because there's siege tanks. I don't know, it's like the worst feeling ever.
Here we have a Banshee from Eve just sitting on the right. She hasn't been using that to harass at all, but this is looking to be like Aphrodite should be taking this game number 1. She is sieged up. There are 3 finished bunkers. GG gets called, and that is going to be game number 1 going into favor of Aphrodite. representing StarTale quite well, and with Aphrodite moving on to this TM2 1 Elite, she's in a nice spot. We'll see if Eve can go ahead and turn this best of 3 rounds.